These are the tales and ramblings of two men, their dream of running a successful food truck business and life. We invite you along to join Josh and Skippy on this journey. This is Monday Morning Food Truck.
Powered by Riverside.
Really louder there at the end.
I know, I changed it. I was sliding the vibes. DJ Mixmaster and good morning, everybody. I am happy to say that we are live stream is on the YouTubes. And Bernie says, good morning, fellas, and good morning to you, Bernie. And we are also live on the Tiki-Taki and the Riverside, and we are live on all the places.
We're live everywhere.
A successful start to the show. Much better than me getting 4,000 messages asking where the show is and why we're not live. And I don't think 4,000 is an exaggeration, considering that's impressive, considering we only have tens of listeners. So
Tens of listeners and the few watching around the world.
Good morning, Fran. Skippy, how are you today? You having a good day today?
I'm hurting, but other than that, yeah, I'm
good. Glad you're doing okay. I'm glad you're staying positive. It's a plus.
Scared to death, bud. Scared to death.
I too am doing good.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you. Yeah, doing
Good.
well.
Very glad.
There's some crud growing around that seems to be different symptoms for every person that gets it. But I had a little stint of not feeling awesome over the week, but I think we're good. And now Chris has gotten it. So my wife had it before I did, and yeah, it's kind of going all over the place.
Cool.
Nothing that wasn't manageable, and definitely nothing that would keep us from work.
Nope.
You know?
Crud wouldn't keep you from work. Not at all.
Nope. Sure as heck not.
Some other things that keep you from work, but not the crud.
Death would keep me from work.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
Glad to see we're starting this off with a bang.
Skippy, it's going to be a lot of tough love this show for you, I think, once we get into some stuff.
You know what? Absolutely.
I think it's a lot of. We hope you all get better. Yeah. I was surprised at the direction that you decided to go. That's all.
We'll talk about that. We'll definitely talk about that because I seeked advice from multiple people.
That doesn't surprise me at all because you, sir, is what you do. That's what you do.
Well, people that have done this longer than I have. So
no, you do this on all topics, so you really need validation. Here's what I think.
Deal. I mean, when it's a big issue.
Here's what I think. I think you seek advice until someone tells you the answer you want to hear.
See, but that's fine. But if they tell me the answer I want to hear, but give me reasons behind it, that's what I seek. Okay, why am I making this decision? Does this make sense? Makes sense. Anyway, so for people who don't know, people who don't keep up on my Facebook page, I brought out last week. Was our last week televised?
God. For the love of God, can we stop the GD hammering?
You got some hammering going on?
It sounds like the crew from Stomp over there.
Yeah, that's just your microphone.
No, it's...
I can't hear hammering.
The construction crew. Oh, my God.
I mean, they're building a house. I mean, that's what you do when you
I think
hammer things.
They're taking down the... whatchamacallits from the poured walls in the basement.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're hammering off the concrete.
That would make sense.
My dog's don't seem to care, which is amazing.
Fantastic.
Anyways, I'm sorry. Back to.
I'd rather you hear the hammering and not us hear the dogs.
I think everybody would agree to that.
So as of right now, our last podcast, I showed that I had these guys, crutches. And I have since had a doctor's appointment and an MRI to confirm that I tore. Really?
Sorry, that was late. It was supposed to be for the crutches.
Really? I tore my quadriceps tendon, which basically is the tendon that holds your quad to your kneecap.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you know that people are born without kneecaps?
Okay.
Actually, I thought I'd throw that out. You mentioned kneecaps. I just heard it on the radio.
I thought it was a short joke coming for a second, but
nope.
So I now have to have surgery on Wednesday to repair this problem. It was a very small incision, which is good. They somehow
it can't be a very big one on you. There's your short joke.
There's the short joke. Supposedly, it is a small, like 5-6 millimeter incision. They pull the tendon up to the kneecap. They drill 3 holes in the top of the kneecap, and use some anchors and sutures and reattach it. So it's a 4 to 6 month total recovery time, and the hope is to get 80 to 85% mobility back. For some reason, I guess it's never been 100, but I'm always an overachiever, so let's go for 90. What?
No, I didn't say what.
You're giving that look. Everybody on the YouTube can see the look.
What look?
Anyway, so I called you to ask you about. We're just going to bypass your week and just get right into this.
Oh, okay.
So, because you sell out and you're awesome and blah blah. So, so we talked, and I'm like, okay, should I try to hire somebody that can pull my trailer? And you said yes, you definitely should. Now's the time to do it.
I don't know why. So I'm sorry. I just got the live visibility restricted again from freaking TikTok saying that we're broadcasting content that's not mine.
Because you're wearing a Michigan hat, probably.
TikTok, it's mine. Get over it.
You need to put something over the Michigan.
Yeah, that's the problem. All right, continue. Yes, you should. You should have gotten somebody to.
No, but it would be better than what you're wearing now. Anyway, so yes, that was your goal, or that's what you said I should do. So I called somebody else, called a couple other people, and the one issue that made sense when they told me was that basically I'd be starting brand new. Like starting, I would have to really get somebody in there like fast and train them fast and hope that since I'm not on the truck that they can work everything themselves without me being there.
Well, okay.
Because I can't be there.
And that's not what you told me. You said that you could be on the truck.
That was before I knew what surgery date was.
Okay. Are you immobilized after your surgery? You knew when the surgery was.
No.
Yeah,
I didn't have I didn't have an MRI yet, did I?
Yeah, you did. Yep. Because I got the text message. Got my doctor's results back.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Can you call me?
All right. So here's what I can tell you is me being on the truck this past weekend sucked ass.
Okay.
Sucked. Like, because I couldn't do anything other than sit in my stool or stand up and take payments.
Okay.
Which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also the person that cooks. I'm also the person that puts everything together. So having to train somebody, excuse me, and then come over to my house at, 5 o'clock in the morning to take meat off the smoker or to put meat on the smoker at 6 at night or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to train somebody fast to be able to do it.
Okay.
To be able to keep things.
Yep.
So I decided not to worry about that. And worry about my own recovery and just go. So
Okay.
I am minimally taking 4 weeks off.
But
So
you're still going to do 2 barbecue competitions?
I have somebody that can pull my trailer there. I don't really have to do much for barbecue. I'm not cooking like cases and cases of meat.
Well, you're not cooking cases and cases of meat for a normal day.
I'm cooking 8 cases of meat.
You're cooking 8 butts every day.
Oh, no, not cooking 8 butts every day.
Okay.
But then I have to find somebody to go shopping for me.
GFS delivers?
Yeah. Not to residents.
Yes, they do.
Mine told me
I've had a delivery.
I don't like their briskets.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm not at that point where I want to hire somebody. So we'll just put it that way.
Okay.
I didn't want to go through everything that I would have to go through to train somebody to do it my way.
But aren't you going to have to do that soon anyways?
At some point, yes. But I have money saved up, and I have people that can take events, and I'll just concentrate on myself. That's all I can do.
Okay.
For me, that works. That works better than having to run around and train somebody. Because at the end of the day, I still have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and hobble downstairs to make sure that everything is still running correctly before this person that I supposedly would hire would get there anyway. So I'd still be up doing the exact same thing, except not lifting.
Okay.
But I did my last festival this weekend, and it was, my ankle hates me for it. Oh, somehow it's the inside of my hurt leg that is just, that bottom of that ankle is just all swollen now. Fucking great. Anyway, so yes. So at least until August 12th. 13th. That's probably when I'll go back. Because hopefully I'll be able to drive by then.
So you won't hire anybody until next year at the earliest then?
End of the year, if the other part goes well.
Well, why would you need somebody to work the cafe unless you're still doing the truck all winter?
Because I still need somebody to man tables and stuff like that.
Okay.
But I can at least get him trained during the wintertime, so when I do the start truck again next year, that I can have somebody in there to be able to do everything that I need him to. But it gives me more time to train. It's not something that has to be done fast-paced.
Well, I'm not saying... Okay. So I wasn't saying that you needed to have somebody ready for today. But you could take 2 weeks and only lose 2 weeks versus 8 weeks.
I'm not losing 8 weeks. I'm losing 4.
No, you don't know that. At best, you're losing 4.
At best, I'm losing 4.
And it's great to think positively, but you also have a business and a reputation to maintain. Is all I'm saying.
Correct. I understand.
And if you're not going to be 100% at 4 weeks. So then
I'll have more mobility at 4 weeks.
I understand.
But that's all. That's what.
But you're still going to be in a situation where you go hard for 3 days, and all of a sudden, your leg's super sore, and you need to take a day off, and then you're canceling events again. That's my only point was, you're not losing anything by hiring somebody now and getting them trained now. You don't have to roll out events for the next 2 weeks, but you can start somebody learning how and learning what you want to have done. You can have them cook a pork butt and a brisket, and you can work on those through the next 2 weeks. You can show them how to season. You can show them how you want stuff done. You can have them go through the register stuff. Shit, they can take the POS home with them and play with it for a couple days. You know? You can make a whole bunch of menu items that have a $0 that run just like your normal stuff does. And they can play with how the modifications work and how the button flow works and all that stuff. So that you know, worst case scenario, you're good to go in 3 weeks with a new employee that can do pretty much everything. So even if you're at 80% at week 4, it's not all on you to do everything. So that you're going to put yourself into a worse position and hurt yourself again.
I will probably have more help than I traditionally would. So I don't have to be the one that's at the steam table making all the food. I don't have to be the person that processes everything.
I know. It seems like a great opportunity for you to take this time to start this search and to get the person you need so that you don't have this situation happen again. Now's the time to protect your business from this happening in the future. I mean, we've had this conversation for the last 3 years. You know, when I've asked why you haven't hired anybody, I said, well, what if you're sick for a week? Well, then I take the week off. Okay. I mean, it would take a major catastrophic event for us to be closed for more than a day. And I know you get it.
But you've had Chris since day one.
No, I haven't.
Well,
I've had Chris since year 2, first full-time year. But still, I would have had, even if I didn't have Chris, I would have found somebody else. You know? I haven't had Caleb since day 1. I didn't have Pam since day 1. Those are people I sought out. I had people that didn't work out. And they were let go. So, Chad says both are valid ideas. After surgery, you'll never be 100%. And that's, yeah.
I get that.
Chad says it could be nobody wants to work. There are plenty of people out there that want to work. There are plenty of people that want to work. I hate that argument, but I can't find staff because nobody wants to work.
No, I don't.
Either that or I am the best person in the world to work for because I never have a shortage of applications of decent human beings. So maybe that's it. Maybe I'm the world's best boss. I'm going to get myself a coffee mug.
I mean, that's absolutely for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, Skippy. There's not one right answer. It is definitely person to person. For me, though, the first thing I did was protect my business from somebody being sick or needing a day off or some other instance where I didn't want to have to shut down my business because something else happened, unless something happened to the business. So Caleb says it's just hard to find good help, right, Josh? Yeah. So far, I've only found 2, Caleb, and you're not one of them. Just kidding, buddy.
Damn.
Just kidding, Caleb. See you at work tomorrow, I hope.
Friends like that, who needs enemies? My goodness.
So,
I don't know. It's going in. Let's put it this way. It's going from one scary time to another scary time. It's having 2 scary times in the same week, and which one do I want to focus on?
Yeah, but I mean, again, you don't have to. You can start a process without, having to train somebody on Thursday or hire somebody on Thursday. If I was to post the job opening, you can always make sure that you have in there, looking for someone to start at this point. Give yourself time to be able to talk to people because you're going to have time now. You can actually do decent interviews face-to-face or FaceTime or however you want to do it. And you don't have to make a rash decision because now that you're off, you're not rushing to fill a spot before an event to where you feel like you just have to take somebody. You can post a job posting, talk to 15 people, and not hire anybody. You know? And then repost it again. There's no shame in saying we didn't find the person we're looking for. You adjust the posting a little bit, maybe word it a little bit differently. Maybe you have to bump the pay a quarter an hour. And then you repost it. And then you take the next group of 15 people and slowly talk to them and see if any of them are possibilities. But I think at the worst case, when you open back up, you need to be ready with the possibility of having somebody that is a full-time employee. And France has two different business models. Not really.
I mean, I can see how how she would say it's two different business models, but
I mean, outside of you don't run two services every day, but anytime that you need to cancel events is not a great thing.
I completely understand.
And here's my thought, and here's why I had.
Now, keep in mind, every event that I did cancel, I found them a replacement.
And that's what I'm kind of getting into. And this is why I had trepidation about sliding into that event that you wanted us to slide into. Now I get put in a weird predicament of, so they call next year. What if they call me instead of you then next year?
Then they call you.
I know.
But that has nothing to do with anything at all.
It sure does.
No.
Absolutely.
They were blown away by you. You were the one that serviced them. It is what it is.
It's nothing about being blown away. It's just that's the one that was there.
Yeah.
And we provided a good service, and so they want that person back. And it would have been you.
I hope you get 10 caterings out of it.
I don't have room for them.
I mean, but you know what I mean. I mean, I'm hoping that anybody that I put in a position, I hope they succeed off of it.
And I would be in this, I'd feel the same way if I were you, but being the person that takes it, like it would feel weird then getting a repeat customer out of it. Knowing full well that you provide the same quality of food and quality of food and service, and that would have been your repeat corporate customer. And the corporate customers are what you want, man. And so, yeah. You're not going to stop me from feeling bad. Don't tell me how to feel.
You can feel all you want, but...
And I know you don't have a choice. All I'm asking for, regardless of what, you've already made your decision for this year, and that's fine. It works for you. But I think you need to protect yourself in the future. Because this isn't just a $2,000 loss for an event. I know it's potentially a repeating, but in the future you can protect yourself, and I hope you get there.
And I think I'm taking it as the winter plan. I didn't want to take the chance that the winter plan needed to move forward, needed to move up. So winter plan, I can have somebody there while I'm there so they can actually watch everything I'm doing, and I'm doing it. I'm not telling them what to do. They can shadow me and know exactly what's going on.
I get it. Yep.
And that's the winter plan. And it's, again, I go back to for me, it's two scary times. I've never had surgery, never been under. This is a hell of a birthday present because my birthday is next weekend.
Happy birthday.
And I'm just, I think I'm more.
You've never been under?
Nope. I've never had surgery. Never.
No tonsils?
Nope. Still have tonsil-sized soccer balls, bud.
I just thought it was your beard.
No, that too, but no, they're in there. I get strep
like a little hairy sack right there on your chin.
I get strep throat once a year just because of tonsils. Nope, never had. I fractured my kneecap in half, and that was it. I had a cast for like 6 weeks. So this is turning 44. This is a big deal to me. So I think I took the lesser of two evils on what to be more scared of: my business keep moving forward, or myself. So I think myself won for once in my life. Myself won,
and that's great. I'm glad that you're taking care of yourself, and you know you better than anybody else. And like I said, it's your choice, and I don't want you to feel bad about any of it. And I don't mean to make you feel bad about it, but
I get it.
Yeah. So yeah, I hope you find the right person and people after this is all over, and that we don't ever talk about this again outside of, yep, I'm going to be off for 4 weeks, but things are in good hands. I'll be able to manage them and kind of oversee things from here, and I'm going to keep working the business instead of working in the business. So, yeah. And we all hope for a very speedy recovery, and we can't wait to see the YouTube or the Facebook Live while you're under anesthetic and coming out of anesthetic.
My wife probably would totally do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just that part is the most scariest, probably second scariest thing I've ever done in my life, and it's such a simple surgery, and it's just
yeah. People die every day, though.
Yeah, I know. I fucking know.
You will be fine, Skippy. You will be just fine. It's not like you're going to the University of Michigan to get it done, right?
No, thank God.
Thank God. Whew.
No, I'm going to a place that they nickname Alleged Health. Even better.
Oh. You should come up this way. We got some really good surgeons and stuff up here.
I did my research on the surgeon. I mean, he doesn't have anything bad out against him that I could see. So
no pending lawsuits.
No pending lawsuits, nothing like that.
Good.
No, his Uber rating is good. He door dashes for fun. It's good times.
Chad, I agree. By the way, U of M is the best hospital. Just trying to make Skippy feel a little bit better.
My Obamacare insurance didn't cover there.
Yeah, he's gonna be in a van in the backside of a Home Depot. While Jose is waiting in between farming jobs, he was a surgeon in Mexico, so he does a little bit of stuff back there.
We don't want to get too political on this. We'll just leave that one alone.
Okay. Bernie has a couple things for you. Could start small at least. Are all your recipes written down and easy to make? Could at least get people set up for success if you need the help. And then at least get processes and recipes written out so people could replicate them. I know it'll never be perfect, but could at least get you through. It's tough letting go, but you must grow. You must to grow.
Recipes for the most part are written down. So that's good. I think I worry more about people using equipment. Oh God, go ahead.
Justin says if you walk in and there's a bathtub full of ice, get out.
Exactly. I'll walk out without a leg. What my friend told me yesterday, yeah, if the surgery goes bad, you'll just be a foot short.
And think of the lawsuit.
Yeah.
You'll never have to work again.
Just have a prosthetic foot.
Yeah, worse things. Get some cool attachments.
However, I did finish the month with a good festival. So did 4,300.
It's a good day.
First time I had 3 people working on the truck. Well, I guess you can only count me working, but I was there.
You're the only one working?
No, I was there.
Oh.
Everybody else was working.
So you had 3 people inside?
2 people with me. Yes. So 3 total. It's one to confuse people.
Are you sure you're not on drugs?
I did take a pill earlier today.
Okay.
Yes, 3 total people in
yes,
the truck.
Thank you, Skippy, for the breakdown on how we get to the number 3. It is a magic number.
2 plus 1. Yay. So the only issue that we had really with 3 people working on the truck. So I had one person making food, one person working the cold table, and then that person would then send it out. Well, the person working the send out window person, she wanted to be a little, or both of them wanted to be a little too fast. They didn't want to wait for the ticket to print. They just want to try to make everything because they hear me repeat it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mind it per se, but if you're gonna do that, I need the ticket so I can call the person's name. And they were just throwing the ticket away, and that I'm like, oh boy. So a couple orders did get missed. We had to remake a couple things, but it was okay.
So yeah, what we started toying around with this year, with what we expected to be some of our busier festival type days, is that we actually moved order taking to outside.
Yes.
So we just set up a little pop-up table with a register on it. And it is amazing how much more efficient that had been. For one, I'm not listening to Chris while I'm trying to make the 14 tickets that are already on the rail, so that distraction is out. It's so much quieter. Everything flowed so much easier. Like we were doing $1,200 hours and it felt like a $400 hour.
We did. My goal was I cooked more. Goal was to stay till 5.
Mm-hmm.
We stayed until like 6, so that was good. However, it was less packed than it was last year.
Okay.
Every vendor had a line last year. I realized that I probably could have upped my prices a little bit compared to what other people are selling their stuff for, but I did no such thing.
Okay.
Paid everybody their wages and tips, and everybody was happy.
Oh, good.
Went and picked up my trailer yesterday with the help of a friend.
Well, thank you, friend, for helping Skippy out. It's good to have friends.
And I'm just looking at my my key metrics for the month, but we can get into that later.
Wow, I just got my first loan offer for the year.
Your first one?
Yeah, because I had one. I took one out last year, so
Gotcha.
I could do a couple extra things, marketing wise.
Hmm.
Wow, nice.
My first one was like 28, then I went down to 23, and it's 25.
Imagine that's going to go down in the next couple weeks.
You think?
Probably.
My apologies if you can hear my dogs.
We can.
Good, because I
Or at least I
can't
can.
I can't get up to close the door, so.
Oh. Yeah. So okay, are we moving on to me?
Yeah, let's move on to your great week.
Why are you saying it like that? I sent you 0 things.
I know.
This week. I didn't want to rub it in that we're working, and you're not. I was very conscious about all of our things this.
You're just doing it now, so it's okay.
Well, that's the fucking podcast. Skippy.
Absolutely.
Jesus.
Get after it, son. How'd you do this week? Took a couple days off. I know that.
Freaking tasket. Yeah. We couldn't even tell by our weekly sales.
Tasket in a basket.
Tasket in a basket.
Mm-hmm.
We call
I'm
that
down 48% from last year. For this
July. Yeah.
Yes.
You take some days off, and that'll happen. We are. So before I get into the week, and since you brought up July to July,
yeah.
Let me look. We are up over last July 12%.
I'm still at 21% for the year, so that's good.
We didn't take any days off last year. We took 1 day off last year versus 4 this year. So I'm pretty freaking ecstatic right now with how we've started July.
I would be too. Great.
And we'll get into that a little bit more real quick. We've done 9 sales days in July, and 7 of them have been over 2,000.
Good.
Yeah. So,
Mr. I hate July.
It's always been our slowest month of the summer.
Well,
but it was a very strong point of emphasis when I was doing the schedule. And things are just kind of clicking. We were catching breaks on some of the smaller festivals that we signed up to do.
Only took 5 years.
Yeah. Why don't you talk to me when you have a full-time employee about dragging feet on things?
My good day and your good day isn't the same. Here, I got a handmade gift for you.
You had a really nice $4,000 day, Skippy. I was very fortunate to have a $2,000 day yesterday, and we will get into that in just a second. If anybody follows me on Facebook, yes, everybody's alive and well. Sorry for the alarm and the post of us pulling out of Nuevo. We'll get to that.
I saw that today.
Story time. I had a whole lot of Facebook messages and text messages from people that saw it and thought somebody had died. Wait, what was the week? When did we start? Is it the 9th, 10th? What week is it? Okay, yeah, I know where we are. Yeah, so we were off Sunday, Tuesday. Yeah, we didn't start work again until Wednesday from our little break from the 4th of July. But yeah, we had Wednesday was a pretty normal, just roadside day, and that was one of our days that it was, pretty slow. I think it was our slowest day of the month so far. What?
Sorry, I just noticed my dog's
Your
in the
dog?
background. I just had to go over here and saw eyes. Oh, hey.
Yeah, that was I think our last really bad weather day that we had, where it was kind of rainy all morning, on and off throughout the day. We had a pretty slow lunch. Our last stop at Sparrow Health in Ionia for the year. And then one of our subdivisions at night, which was it was a little slower than normal, but not horrible. So it was only a $950 day, which coming off the 3 previous $2,600 days seemed really slow for the boys. When you're doing $2,600 in 5 hours and then do $950 in 7 hours, it feels super slow. But yeah, after that, we bounced back and we had MEC Day, which is always a good day for us. And then we had Kentwood Concert Series that night, coupled up with Farmers Market there, which I don't know if it's going to rain every time we do an event in Kentwood for the city, but it's starting to feel that way.
But
yeah, like the last hour, like it started to sprinkle and it cleared out in a hurry, and then it downpoured and thunderstormed, and 3 miles away it was dry pavement. So, but yeah, we ended up having a pretty good night. Yeah, between the two, we were 2,300 or something like that. Yeah, 2,500 almost. And then Friday we had a corporate lunch at Viking Products, which was good. It's always weird to have like the 60-person lunches where you're charging them the big minimums for just lunch. So at that point, we're like, get whatever you want. I mean, we're barely even keeping track of the amounts in the tab at that point, because there's no way they're going to hit it for the most part. So, and they didn't. They were, I think, still $400 apart away after everybody came up and got food again. Which is fine. They were fine with it because, I mean, they're getting charged the same amount regardless, so as long as they're not going over the tab,
true,
they're happy with their people being happy. And then we had one of our newer subdivisions of the year, which was a pretty good night. They're starting to figure things out. They've learned that they scheduled too many trucks. Weekly is not the way to go. So they're kind of moving stuff around. They're gonna drop. Hopefully this truck doesn't listen. Sounds like they're gonna drop the other barbecue truck next year, and just have us as the barbecue truck for the subdivision. And then do like every other week next year instead of every week. I think that'll probably help a little bit because we definitely started to see the decline. I think this last time was our best time in a couple times. So, which is good. Summer's always kind of weird. So, Saturday we got a return to Deep Roots Produce, which was one of my favorite farms. One of our original friends. They opened about the same time we did. Their little farm stand. They had a small farm. They now have 2 additional buildings. Really have grown a lot. They had their first support local festival this last Saturday. So it was us and another truck who had their grand opening at this event.
Oh boy.
Family time. Shout out to them if they listen. So they had done a corporate lunch. I think they said the day before.
Did you try any of their food?
I didn't get a chance to.
Oh.
Mostly because they had about a 45-minute wait for food to come out.
Okay.
So they had some Cajun fries that we got towards the end of the day that were really good. But yeah, really nice group of ladies running it. They'll get their stuff figured out. They'll get more efficient. They are doing handwritten tickets. So no POS system at all. One of the ladies came from, I think it was the grandmother or the mom came from the restaurant business, and handwritten tickets is all she knows. And that's the kind of the way they're going to go. So we'll see how long that lasts. Yeah. But yeah, they'll get more efficient. They do a lot of grilled cheese, grilled sandwiches, which just inherently take longer to do. But I think they'll figure out a way to get some speed out of it. I think if they do, they'll do really well. They definitely didn't have a shortage of people waiting for food. So, and we benefited from that. So, oh, hi, Kim Gable. Make sure you follow us.
Hi, Max and Miles.
Hey, Max and Miles.
Miss those little fuckers.
Kim says, "Hey guys." So yes, yeah, Saturday was a good day, and then Sunday. Sunday. So for like the last week and a half, Chris and I have been. When people have asked when we're going to be back here or there, I keep looking at the calendar and keep looking at these couple Sundays coming up, and feeling like something was missing from the calendar.
Oh boy.
I just had a gut feeling, but I looked through everything.
Oh boy.
Couldn't find anything. Everything looked good. So off to Newego we go.
Oh boy.
Full of food with a new special in hand. We're super excited. We're open for an hour and 10 minutes when my phone rings.
Where you at?
Hey, you guys still planning on coming? Where?
Where would this be?
My son's open house. I said, when does it start? 1:00.
What time was it, by chance?
12:15 at this point.
Okay. But it was right around the corner, right?
Oh, no. It was in Jenison. We were in Newego. So that's about a 45-minute drive.
Oh, boy.
I said, okay, how many people are you expecting? Kim says she feels like she's watching the Kelsey brothers. I appreciate that. You should probably have your eyes checked.
Camera.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you? Don't you send invoices?
Yeah.
You don't. And you didn't have an invoice for these people.
3 weeks ago. I went through and printed all my invoices and went through to make sure that I had everything on the calendar. I don't know how I missed it. If it was stuck to another one when I was flipping through them.
So the invoice is there.
The invoice is there. Oh yeah. This is all on me.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. So we're at 12:10. You're about a 45-minute drive.
After I have a straight up panic attack on the phone with her.
Oh,
Chris thought somebody had died. Hearing the one half of the conversation. Like he already started closing up. Just hearing the half of the conversation. I said, how many people are you expecting? Because I want to make sure we have food before I tell her we're on the way. She's like, I don't know. We invited 50. I said, okay, we'll be there and we will have food. We were open in Jenison, 1:18. We were a NASCAR pit crew tearing that shit down in Newego. And we laid tracks and maybe perhaps broke a speed limit or two on the way. But we got there. Everything was cool. No one had arrived yet outside of the people that were there to help set up and everything. Didn't get a tip. Doesn't really surprise me. We knocked off $250 off their price.
What was the menu supposed to be?
It was full menu.
Oh, okay.
So our full menu off the truck, which doesn't include ribs, doesn't include meat by the pound,
Yeah.
doesn't include chicken. Like, we had everything. I was like, good news. You guys have a lot more options.